Back in the mid-80s, you could not escape Nik Kershaw. He was absolutely everywhere. An undisputed pop icon dominating every magazine cover, but 40 years on, the singer-songwriter is far from finished. Ahead of his 6 in 26 tour kicking off in Sheffield on July the 9th, we caught up with him to talk music, songwriting, and still being here. Nik Kershaw, it is great to have you on. An honour to speak to you. How's life treating you at the moment?
Hi Steve, life's been very good to me. Yeah, I'm very blessed. Thanks for
Good.
asking.
Good. You've got a tour coming up. You're looking really well. But this tour is to celebrate 50 years of you being an adult, I believe. How's that come around
Yeah,
so quickly?
well, it's I think promoters love a a tagline or a title for an out for a tour. When sometimes there really isn't much of a reason other than we want to play some shows. I've got a big sort of solo tour next year. I had one last year as well. So this year we're doing loads of festivals, but we're not really, doing any shows that we can get our teeth stuck into, because festivals are like 20 minutes
Yeah,
to 40 minutes. Occasionally we'll play one for an hour or whatever, but mostly they're very short concerts. So it we just thought it'd be great to get out and do some headline shows and play some songs that we want to play. And so yeah, we just sort of stupid excuses to do a tour, like the 50th anniversary of me passing my driving test or whatever.
fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant. Well, you're doing 6 shows on this tour, 6 in 26, and you're kicking off in Sheffield. I know that we love you coming to Yorkshire, but is there any reason that you've decided to start in Sheffield and work your way around the circuit from there?
In all honesty, it's just that's the way the cards came out. That's that you're looking for venues on certain dates, and these are the ones that came up, and they came up in this order. So, but yeah, it's always good to come to Sheffield. I've loved shows I've done there before, but I've never played the Foundry, so
Right, right.
looking
Okay.
forward to that.
First time.
Yeah.
Um, well, let's go back, not quite 50 years, let's go back 40 years. Mid 80s, you're on Top of the Pops, you're in the cover of Looking magazine, you were the star of the time. But did you ever imagine that way into the next century, you'd still be touring, you'd still be recording, you'd still be well into the music business?
Um, well, the smart answer to that question is no. At the time, when you're in that little bubble of yours, you kind of think you're indestructible, and actually, you probably will be around. Well, you don't. You're not thinking that far ahead, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you're thinking it's not going to end. That's
Mhm.
for sure. But now, look, in hindsight, it's absolutely bonkers that I'm still singing these songs, and the people are coming and still enjoying them. It's extraordinary.
Brilliant. I mean, the thing is though, I think back from that era, it was always about talent. It was always about good songwriting, and it's not just yourself, but a lot of your peers have stood the test of time, and they're still out there doing their thing. Do you keep in touch with many of
Yeah.
those?
Well, quite a few of them I've kind of got to know in the last sort of 20 years or so. Not from back in the day because everybody was so busy and everybody's routines were so hectic that you never got to spend any time with anybody.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've made some pretty good friendships with some of my peers in the last 20 years. And it's been a lot of fun. I mean, because you're bumping into each other in the middle of fields during the summer quite often,
yeah.
and in various parts of the UK and in Europe as well.
Excellent, excellent. So you're in touch with those pals, but you've not. It's not just about Nik Kershaw, the singer, is it? Because you've got a massive songwriting career. Gary Barlow, Chesney Hawkes, Lulu, Cliff Richard. Um, you've got quite an array of friends there, side by side. Was it Elton John that said that you were one of the best songwriters of your generation? That's got to be quite an accolade.
That it is, yeah. That quote has followed me about um for the last 40 years, basically. Yeah, and my PR people have to get their hands on that quote. And I did. There was a point at which I was doubting that anybody actually that he really did say that, but. I was mixing a gig from 1984 for it was the old Grey Whistle Test New Year's Eve gig,
Right.
and Richard Skinner walks on stage to introduce me, and he uses that quote because Elton had just said it. So it
Fantastic.
happened. It really did. He really did say that.
Hey, you're going to take it, aren't you? You're going to take it.
I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, so your tour starts on the 9th of July. Like I say, you're starting in Sheffield with 6 dates. Without giving anything away, have we got any surprises in store? Have we got anything that the fans are gonna absolutely love?
Well, there'll be some songs we haven't played for some time. Yeah. In fact, this obviously we're going to play the hits. We're not. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, I love playing them, so that's not an issue.
right.
But yeah, I've kind of this time. Usually, I just sort of right. I'll put a set list together and present it to the band and say this is what we're going to do. But this time, I've asked the band. I've said look, because they've been with me for a long time now, and
Yeah, yeah.
they said, "What is any songs you miss playing? You want to play? You fancy playing?" So I've got a short list of those that'll be included in the set as well. So we haven't quite decided exactly what, but yeah, there'll be some songs we haven't played for ages.
That's good. That's good. But I'm coming to the Sheffield one, so I'm looking forward to the set. With that in mind, and you said you play the hits because you're not an idiot. But is there any song in there that you know that you have to play for the fans where you think, I just wish they didn't like that one. I'm fed up with that one.
Do you know what? Nowadays, no,
Right.
there isn't one song. There was a period around about sort of the end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s when I was bringing out new music for the first time for a long time, and I poured a lot of time and energy and love into these new songs. And all the attention was still on the 80s and those songs and
Yeah.
the haircuts and the clothes and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And you kind of at that point they were a bit of a monkey on my back, those songs. I've got to admit. And so the mistake I made was to start messing about with them when we played them live, just to keep them interesting for me and the
Right.
band.
Yeah.
And then it suddenly occurs to you, but it's based on the expressions of the audience when you're playing these songs, the reaction is that, these aren't your songs anymore. They
Right.
don't belong to me. They belong to the fans. And how dare I change change the songs around?
All of a
So I
sudden, it's not about you, it's about them. So,
yeah, exactly. So I kind of I thought, oh yeah, I get it. Okay. So and so now we play them pretty much as the records because people want to hear the record. That's what they want to hear,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love doing it now because I just kind of so grateful to those songs for how they've completely informed my whole career. Really, and
Yeah.
enabled me to do the things I would never have been able to do.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Um, Last time we spoke, you won't remember it. This was probably 7 years ago. I ended the interview with a question about if you could pick one of your songs to be covered by anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why? And you picked Wouldn't It Be Good by Foo Fighters because it was your first hit and they would nail it. That was your response.
Okay,
So I'm going to flip this a little bit and say,
right.
is there one song out there that you wish that you'd written and recorded that you're pretty jealous of that it isn't a Nik Kershaw song? And if so, which is it and why?
There are thousands of songs out there that I wished I'd written. Um, so that's a really tricky one. Just to pick one out of the hat. I don't know. Simply the best. Well, the best it's called. It's not called simply the best.
Yeah,
It's called the best.
yeah.
Tina Turner. Because and that's only just come into back into my consciousness quite recently. Because I was in Lanzarote. It was karaoke night, and my friend got up and sung it, and I thought, and nailed it. And what a perfect song that is.
Yeah.
It's just what a yeah, brilliant.
It's got a bit of everything, hasn't it? You're not gonna decide to cover that on the tour now that we've chatted about that, are you? Maybe.
Well, you're putting ideas into my head now, Steve. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? Cheeky little cover.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's it from me. I can't wait to see you in Sheffield. I want to wish you all the best with the tour.
Thank you.
I hope it goes well, and good luck for the rest of the summer.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
See you in the summer.
See you later.
Cheers, Steve.
Cheers, Nick. Bye.
Ta-da, mate.